So, it was a crazy week. What about y'all though?
That's how you go into it?
Shut the fuck up.
Like you're just like, oh, we're gonna talk while it's up, and all of a sudden you're just like, so that's what happened. What's going on with you guys?
I really just am hungry when you really think about it. So I'm gonna just be talking this whole time. I wish I could. Wait a minute. Is my water right here? My water's right here. It's almost empty though.
Hold on. I've got audios going everywhere on me right now.
Whose fault is that? I can't.
Mine, because I pulled up the stream and forgot to mute it.
Loser.
Wow. Now I'm a loser. Great. This is how we're going. We're going to go start this whole thing with bullying. That's what we're doing.
Hey, bullying and backlash are two different stuff.
Oh, here we go.
me and Adam were talking yesterday about a different subject of like people saying bullying and backlash are two different things, and I mean it has some truth to it, but sometimes backlash goes into bullying, and it's just
Well, should we just get right into it then?
Yeah, pretty much. I got like here we are.
So bullying and backlash, yeah. Hogwarts Legacy came out this week. There was 72-hour early access for anybody who got the deluxe version of the game, which was, I think, just $20 more. We're not going to give our own opinions on this because I think opinions are opinions. Facts are facts. I will say on both sides of getting the game and not getting the game, there's some pretty stupid people. And there's some smart people. So I think the stupid people on both sides, again, no bias from us, the people that are just joining a boycott and not really listening to what's going on, have no idea what's happening, people who don't inform themselves, those people are what we call stupid.
Didn't I say respectful?
Yeah, he was like, I'm going to be respectful. And literally the first words out of his mouth were, I'm not going to call him stupid or anything.
Okay, well, if you're not
like they're fucking idiots.
If you're not informing yourself, you are not
ignorant.
You're not informed. Fully informed and choosing to read things.
Stupid than ignorant, but that's just me. Anyway.
Well, yeah, we're in an age where ignorant is so much worse to say. But anyway,
if you're getting the game and you haven't informed yourself, you're also stupid or ignorant. And on top of that,
so I'm gonna throw it in there anyway.
I'm just saying, you need to be in the sweet spot of either side. On top of that, if you are one of those people that, and I think we can all agree that this kind of person is stupid. If you're one of those people buying multiple copies of the game because you support
oh my god, you're just weird.
Stupid.
You know what that is? That's like everyone buying. Remember when Harry put his book out and everybody was like, oh, who cared? Boo him because he's not with the crown anymore, all this stuff. They bought like 8 copies and then sat there burning it. It's just like,
that's literally the same as I'll do you one better. Colin Kaepernick kneeling and then people buying the jersey to burn it in their driveway.
That jersey is like $75 to $90 depending on what one you buy.
It's just like you wasted your own money. But continue on, Jacob. Because no, you're right. Buying multiple copies to be like, I support an idiot like J.K. Rowling, and I will call her an idiot, is weird. It's weirdo behavior.
Anyway, me and my wife had a long conversation because we're both on opposite spectrums. I'm playing the game and I paid money for it, and she's not going to pay money for it. And, we talked a long time. And at first I still do regret calling everyone on my opposing side stupid. And then I realized her side and I was like, well, that actually makes sense. Like, yeah, I understand that now. So I was stupid at one point. That's why I'm able to call you stupid now.
I don't think that's how that works, Jacob.
But all that to say, people have their own opinions, and you can boycott the game or get the game. It really doesn't matter. Like, you do you, boo-boo. And just make sure you're not just offending people. That's really, I think, what it boils down to.
So I think you said something really interesting. And this whole thing is what I think is personally a great opportunity. I know a lot of people these days shy away from these hard conversations. And that's part of the problem is we don't believe in nuance anymore when it comes to the internet. But what you had was an opportunity for growth. And we don't allow that anymore. The fact that you had a conversation with your wife and y'all are on opposing sides, and you admitted like, oh, I wasn't fully informed on this. Like, you can just sit there and admit that you had a growth opportunity. But the problem with the internet is that nobody lets that happen. Everyone's just like, you made this decision, therefore you are this, and there is nothing that you can do to change it.
Yeah.
Now,
and from what I understand, it's a very American ideology of just, it's either black or it's white. There's no gray area. There's no different colors. It's just this or that.
yeah, and like my biggest thing of like even bringing this up is because again, J.K. Rowling sucks, much like the title of this video says. But the game, from a game standpoint, is apparently very good. I have not personally played it yet, but it's got 9 out of 10 from IGN, got a lot of 9s, a lot of 8s. People are saying the world is great. The developers, from everything I have read, have done a very good job of trying to make the game inclusive. Because unfortunately, while it sucks that royalties apparently do the licensing, I don't know how Harry Potter necessarily works. I thought that it was like a licensing fee thing, but apparently she does make royalties off of the game, or makes royalties off of anything that uses the name. But the developers apparently, try to make it so that you can customize characters to have male or female voice, despite whatever gender that you do pick. Same thing with hairstyles and different things. I think that there's actually a character in the game who might be trans. I could be incorrect. So they did their best to, remain inclusive, probably knowing that like, hey, we're making this game. It could suffer some backlash, but we want people to know that our views do not stand with hers, even if we are licensing for this. So I at least commend the developers for that. I know some people will say, well, that still doesn't make it right. And if that is how you feel, you are entitled to feel that way. At the very least, I just did want to talk about the fact that apparently the game is very successful. What was it, like 500,000 hours streamed or something on Twitch? It was the most streamed game on Twitch.
It's the most streamed single player game on Twitch.
And funny enough, the other thing that I always think about with this subject, and I'm not saying 2 wrongs make a right, but 3 rights make a left. That was a poor attempt at a joke, and neither one of you were laughing, so fuck you. It's Black History Month. Y'all need to be nicer to me. But it was the most streamed game on Twitch, and I know a lot of people might say that's terrible. However, before that, one of the most streamed games on Twitch was Warzone 2.0, and I've played Warzone 2.0, but if you're actually versed in gaming industry news, the CEO and employees at Activision and Blizzard and all that were under some heavy fire for harassment in the workplace. And there should be consequences, and hopefully there have been. I'm sure that there were, but hopefully there were across the board consequences. But folks still go and are like, I get 1,000 viewers when I stream Warzone 2, so I'm going to stream Warzone 2. I know that happened, and we talked about boycotting Call of Duty, but, I'm going to still stream it. So that's what I'm saying. As you said, the world's, not black and white. There's gray. There's gray.
I think as we leave this topic forever, because it's one of those topics that makes your life feel like a Black Mirror episode. It's just like, how the hell would I deal with that problem if it ever came to? And here it is. I think as we leave this topic, you have to remember everyone in your entire life, every single person has opinions that don't all line up 100% to you. And when it boils down to it, think about the worst thing that you've ever done in your life. Think about it. Now,
Adam ain't thinking about it.
Everyone on the planet has also done one of the worst things in their lives. Everyone's done something really terrible. Everyone is an actual human being. And when you put a bunch of messy, because that's what human beings are, in a room together and they make something beautiful, you can focus on the really shitty and messy things that one person is doing. Or you can just be like, wow, they really made something really beautiful. That person sucks for doing what they did, but this is really beautiful. And I think that that's just kind of like how most things go. Chick-fil-A is homophobic. Hobby Lobby is homophobic. Elon Musk has said transphobic things. We're all, for the most part, most people.
Damn. You just brought up a fair point. Everybody is tweeting on Twitter about this game, and it's owned by.
For the most part, like, people are still using Twitter. People are still shopping at Hobby Lobby or eating at Chick-fil-A, or going or visiting Universal, which also gives J.K. Rowling money for each ticket that goes in. And Nintendo does the same thing for any of the Harry Potter related Nintendo products. And Disney has been a previous, not now, but a previous supporter of the Don't Say Gay bill down in Florida. So it's really up to you as a person, listener, wherever you are, whatever you believe, you choose. But it's up to you as a person to decide what you're going to not do and what you're going to do, what you're going to boycott and what you're not going to boycott. You can choose that on your own. You don't need the internet to have some giant movement to tell you what games to play and what games and shows to not watch or whatever. It's up to you. Next up, in under a month, we have Jedi Survivor.
Woo! That's how the Star Wars. That one's fun. What, Adam?
Adam's raising his hand.
Yeah, because I'm just sitting here wondering the whole time. We just blew right through the intro, like the videos we were gonna show, and
no, we're not. I'll get to it.
I was just wondering.
I didn't know we had any videos. All it says on my docket is intro. And also, we started it with Jordan go, man, it's been a crazy week.
Yeah, and then I questioned, and you just jumped right in with, well, I want to talk about Harry Potter.
It was a good segue because we were talking about backlash. And
we weren't there yet.
It's my fault, but anyways, you were the one who said don't.
Black History Month. It's Adam's fault.
You were the one who asked about backlash and bullying, sir.
I just was like, wait, what's going on right now? And then I was gonna let you do your video you wanted to do. Speaking of bullying, probably.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about the fact that this ties into bullying too.
Yes.
Not really, but. Y'all, it's Black History Month, and some things do need to be bullied. I just want to say, before we continue with more games.
I just want to make this very clear to you, Jacob. The energy I get from this, and I've said this twice now, is Six Flags. This is Six Flags energy.
Listeners, I hope that y'all are able to hear this. I don't know if listeners get to hear this one, but if you go to the video version over on YouTube or Spotify, you'll see this. Can y'all hear that?
I do.
It's for black people anyway.
Do you see all these white people doing this Black History Month celebration?
It's for black people anyway.
Listen, I know that allies are important, but maybe I take that back after seeing that. I want you both to know. I don't need you to participate in an African dance to show that you stand with me as a black man. Y'all, they had to rehearse that. There
goes the back half surprise to this podcast.
Nobody.
Which I was not
and there were some black folk in there in the background, unfortunately. Like, why are they not in the forefront? But nobody sat in rehearsal and thought, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe we shouldn't do this, you know?
Yeah, that's that was pretty wild when you showed me that yesterday. I was like, wait, what is going on right now?
Somehow Adam tied that back to bullying, but
hold on. I didn't
what the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to add something in so I can go into the next video, but it just was like, hey, you want to share this now? Okay, cool.
That's one thing I actually like. Maybe one day if StreamYard ever hits me up, if I, ever am deemed important enough, I'll be like, can you add a thing where I secretly share the screen? Because I hate going to share my screen and it automatically just like pulls it up. Like right then and
the hell out of you. Like you're just like, I'm trying to get things together. Yeah, like, and all of a sudden just right there. This is probably
wait. Is this also a part of the videos to be shown? I didn't even know you had this.
Yeah, I told you I had a video. I told you I had something because I told you got to stick with me.
I thought you were going to send it to me.
No, you got to stick with me on this one. I said I did because I want. This is a really cool thing for me. Something new came out, but you stick with the journey. It ties into a movie. Okay, You ready?
Jacob, I don't know where he's going with this.
You guys-
Also, while he's pulling this up, Jacob, you out here looking like I don't know, Peter Parker or something. You got the hair.
He looks
you know,
like he's one of the
slicked
henchmen from
over.
this the sweatsuit mafia from Hawkeye.
The track bros.
Track, yeah.
I went from like one of the nicest compliments saying I look like my childhood hero to you look like some dirty Russian guy.
Adam's like, they're close enough.
What
There's
movie were you talking about, Adam?
there's similarities there. Jacob's like, I don't give a shit anymore what you got to say.
What the hell? Can you share your screen?
I am. I'm going to right now. Ready?
Are you?
When I'm alone, I'm lost in these memories, living behind.
So Linkin Park has new music coming out.
Oh, this is new.
This is brand new. It's stuff
What
they
is
recorded.
it with right now? Because Paramore just dropped new music too. Like, my childhood is doing
So
a lot right now.
Am I the only one really confused because the lead singer of
So here's what's going on. It's previously recorded stuff that they did earlier on Meteora and other stuff that they have, and they're making new music with it. So like it's already pre-done for the most part. It's just they're chopping up a little bit, re-editing, and going to put it out. Probably it's what it sounds like.
They're using unreleased. They're putting
Correct.
out previously unreleased music that
Correct.
they had already done.
Now here's where it ties in.
Jacob was about to be like, "Sir,
I was like, are they just like using like James Earl Jonesing this guy's voice? To
No, so here's where it ties into stuff though. Mike Shinoda, one of the lead singers or rappers or whatever, the lead vocalists for Linkin Park, was doing an interview yesterday and announced it just kind of all happens at once. Scream 6 came to him and asked, "Hey, we'd love to have you be a part of the movie somehow with music. Would you want to do it?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So he played new music for them that he's working on. And they were like, "Oh my God, we love this. We have to have this in the movie." So not only is there new Mike Shinoda music coming for Scream 6, but new Linkin Park music as well coming in. So it's like a resurgence of like Fort Minor basically, or whatever he's going to be doing. And then Linkin Park as well coming in.
I just want to say, I think there's a missed opportunity if some of this new music isn't in the new Transformers movie. That's
especially that Lost song.
Like that the ending to a Transformers movie with the Linkin Park, that's a classic. But in the Scream movie, it's gonna be fire.
Well, remember, this is earlier, that Transformers movie. I don't know if design wise it would fit.
That's fair. Did Michael Bay do the upcoming Transformers?
No, this is the first time. It's not Michael Bay. It's new. But remember, this is like 94, 95, something like that. So like that kind of sound is not something you would have then. It'd be more grunge hip hop.
I don't give a damn if it's not what they would have. It's just needed. I don't need you to tell me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm completely kidding. Y'all, I give Adam the hardest time, and then he has the audacity to ask me nowadays if I miss him, like I didn't just talk to him an hour.
Do you have that video?
I can fucking find it, and we'll.
I know you know where it
later.
is. I think I sent it to you. I don't know if I sent it to the group chat.
Dude,
but
ain't no telling.
Anyways,
we go back to gaming to Jedi Survivor.
We can,
so that way
we can I guess. I mean, look, here's my thing about Jedi Survivor. Until it is in my hands,
what is wrong with you? Don't do this. Hey, don't do that.
They pushed it again.
They pushed it like they were one of the few delays that was like short. They pushed it like a month. Most games they're like, we're gonna push it for another 6 months. Skull and Bones got delayed until TBD for the 6th time. And also, I'm actually not mad at this having a delay because now it gives me time to play Wolong, which is also coming out in March. And that's on Game Pass, so I don't have to pay for that. Jacob, man, did you see that some more footage actually came out last night?
Of Survivor.
of Jedi Survivor. Like, this is what I'm showing you just
You
came
know,
out 13
droids
hours
give
ago.
the team much when it comes to what they can do and what types of weapons they're able to use. Let's individually check out a handful of these droids.
So yeah, there's new footage by IGN of like the gameplay and the enemies and all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
This man-
I did not see this. My only concern, and I hope that the reason that they're pushing it back is, man, them Wookiees in the first game looked so bad. So I'm hoping that if they have any Wookiees or if they have any creatures with fur on it, which I'm sure they will, I hope that they at least learn from their mistakes in the first one.
Do we know if this one is next gen only? Is this going to be only PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, PC?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
think
want to say it is.
Jedi Survivor platforms. Yeah, the only reason I asked Jacob is because if it is, and it looks like it is, it's only PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. If it's got that power of the SSD, I'm just saying it should. If they use the same technology like on Stray, for example, you know, you could see, or did you see, you played Ratchet and Clank, right? Rift Apart?
Nope.
Oh, well, that's another PS5 game, and it was one of the only like fully exclusive PlayStation 5, like in the early days. Like, it did not come out on PS4. I'm telling you, the fur was looking wafting in the wind. So, I mean, hopefully they did fix it. Was it bad? Did they show any Wookiees in the trailer for Jedi Survivor?
I haven't seen any for the first trailer.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Wait, am I thinking of Bad Batch or am I thinking there was something of a Wookiee holding a lightsaber the other day and I cannot remember what it's from?
That's from
This guy.
Bad Batch?
No.
He was
Gunji?
animated. No, it was animated.
I'm seeing something say Gunji, a male Wookiee Jedi Padawan.
Yeah, he was originally in Clone Wars, but now
He's in Bad Batch season 2, apparently.
That's what it is.
Okay, well then I'm sorry. Maybe it was Bad Batch, and I haven't finished. God, I'm so behind on so many things. But
Well,
yeah,
Oh,
you got-
aren't we all?
Speaking of, I know it's a little off, but like speaking of not behind, y'all catch up yesterday with Last of Us.
no, I didn't.
Okay, well then we won't. I don't want to.
We can talk about it as long as you're not going to.
No, we cannot.
No, there's
no,
some differences, so I don't want to.
But Jordan, look at the camera. Look me dead in my face when I tell you this. That
Actually, I
choice,
gotta look over here.
I know that choice that he had to make though. Bald.
Mm.
So he shaved his head and now he's bald.
Sure. Wait, remember that comment, and then at the end of it, text me and be like, "I'm sorry."
No, next time I'll watch it later today. I didn't get a chance to.
Well, there's nothing tomorrow because there's a big game tomorrow, baby. I can't wait.
Who's playing tomorrow?
Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. It's in Phoenix.
Sorry. Speaking of that, did y'all? I'm gonna try to show this like just via my phone because you just brought up the Philadelphia Eagles. My wife this morning sent me this. Can y'all see? Y'all
Yeah.
can't see that, can you?
Kinda, yeah, I see it.
Hold on, let me see if I turn the brightness on my phone down. Come over to the video version so you can see. This says that 1,500 gallons of lube is being sent to Philly in case the Eagles win the big game.
So let me help you. That is a normal thing in New Orleans. Currently this week till end of Easter, they grease the poles almost every day because of Mardi Gras. They grease them at most places, so they can't climb up on stuff and everything. Because I don't know if you saw when the Eagles actually won the championship and they're on their way to the Super Bowl now, that the whole city of Philly erupted and people were standing on top of like bus stop like canopy things and they fell through and like people were neck braces and stuff like that and like Philly's. First of all, I know you guys aren't big sports people. Let me put it this way. They're the only NFL team that has a jail and court and a judge. They're open on Sundays just for this. Just for the football games.
Yeah, that's
Philadelphia is some of the most loyal fans, but I'll openly say this, There were some of the most dirtbag crap fans.
My coworkers would be so mad at you because a lot of them
I don't
are
care.
based
You
in
tell
Philly.
them.
What's funny is you actually gave some perspective on the fact that I didn't know that, and that means my wife was right. She was like, I'm fairly certain they just have the article titled this to make you think something weird so that you click on it. Because I definitely, my initial response was, I guess they think Philly be having a lot of butt stuff. That was immediately what my thought went to.
You're-
Jacob, I'm not alone, am I?
So off the rails. We're over here talking about butt stuff.
Hey,
Jordan,
listen.
you're doing too many dishes.
What?
You're doing too many dishes these days, huh? In the
What about
dishwasher?
this? I fucking can't stand you. Anyway, mind your business. That shit was funny. No, but it's okay. Yeah, we're letting things flow a little bit. We're trying to give y'all some of the light, some of the funny. Let y'all know that we are all three absolutely ridiculous outside of just being little news broadcasters. So it's gonna happen. Goddamn, Cal Kestis just got stabbed. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
The Jedi Survivor thing was still playing on my screen, but
I
we get
wasn't
back
even
into the
computing.
docket.
I was like, why are you watching people get stabbed while we're doing a podcast? Like, what is going on? But I'm wishing I was stabbed. Do you know what birthday comes? And you know what movie comes out during my birthday? Like literally day before?
Oh shit, this does come out around your birthday.
Flash.
Can we agree this poster's fire though?
No. Actually, have you seen the one they've put the ankle monitor on him?
Someone photoshopped it. Hey, hold on, I gotta find that.
Evan or Jalen have it.
Oh man, where is it?
Try Evan or Jalen. They have it.
Evan Solo. Shout out to Evan Solo, friend of the podcast.
While he is
Damn
looking
it.
that up, I personally think that the poster is pretty great. I think it looks phenomenal.
It's a phenomenal poster. I think that like what's sad, and this kind of ties back into what we talked about earlier, where it's like that poster came out, and did you see how many people who denounced the Flash? Oh, they need to just cancel it. All of a sudden, they're like, this movie finna be fire.
Yeah, like
I'm just saying, like all of it. Now, and again, people are, but here's the thing. There's always middle. There's nuance. It's not just black and white. People have been like, fuck Ezra. And also it's crazy that they're like, oh, as long as you go to therapy and you don't get in any more trouble, we're going to still continue to work with you. And people are like, that sucks. But also, James Gunn got to think that the movie is fire and worth keeping. Granted, I don't get why you have to keep Ezra, but that's just me. Hold on while I try to find this
it.
thing.
I can find it. Just keep going.
Well,
I'll
I'm
get
going
it.
back to the Flash poster because I want to talk about some things. Because as Jacob said, you know, it is a fire poster. I just want to say, I better see in how long has it been since No Way Home?
2 years?
I better see in 6 months people all of a sudden hate on this movie and be like, that movie wasn't even that good, because when you think about it, all they did was market that Batman was going to be in it. Because first of all, it's a great addition to put the Batwing in here. This Batwing design, fire. And he's obviously in the Batcave. But let's talk about the fact that this is pretty much a Batman advertisement with the Flash's logo and Flash in it. Like, you could easily put Batman right here and be like, next Batman movie. Yeah. So
I just tagged you.
okay, cool.
RPK RPK did it, by the way.
Oh, Daniel RPK. I'm glad my notifications
No,
ain't looking weird.
just do RPK. He liked it or retweeted it.
Okay, well, let me.
Why'd you type ROK?
Because I can't type. Okay.
God damn.
God damn. His name is Daniel RPK. I fucking can't stand you. I should have just typed Daniel RPK.
I tagged you. I literally just tagged you.
I just looked at my notifications and it wasn't there. So shut up.
Damn, like redo your stuff.
Where is it?
It was. It's a little further.
Oh
There.
That's funny.
Photoshopped an ankle monitor on the Flash.
I saw someone who said it. I think it's why Adam was thinking about Evan. No, it wasn't. It wasn't him. It was the Black Okage, one of my favorite streamers to watch. He was like Ezra looked like he's standing. The Flash is in that poster standing, looking at what type of mayhem he gonna start in the city.
I mean,
No,
what a
but the
problem! But like
poster.
the poster, yeah, it's like, oh, and then you sit there and you're like, Michael Keaton wants nothing to do with the role anymore. Ezra's Ezra at this moment, and then the only thing that you have that has no problematic stuff touching isn't even in this poster, and apparently from rumors has been edited out, and there's no Supergirl in there anymore. And I'm just like,
I thought you said to me yesterday that Sasha Calle was still in it.
I think she's still in it if I'm correct, but I was just going off of like what some people are saying. But like, how's there no promotion for that? Like, we need something that we can actually have somebody go around and do PR for.
Oh, you're right. Like, there's nobody who can do PR. And also, apparently, it might be a different Batman. And that's another thing. That's
Clooney,
why I brought
baby!
up.
Nipple suit, bring it back.
Anyways, Jacob, that is why I love how I just addressed Jacob. I was just like, I'm done talking about him. No, but that is why I bring up, like, I wonder how many people are going to go back and hate on this movie for playing to nostalgia, because, you know, obviously it's rumored that we could be seeing the Nolan Batman come back. And it's like, it's literally getting people super hyped. Christopher Nolan's Batman was the most successful, because, I mean, it did do $2 billion movies, but it doesn't change the fact that, like, y'all are playing to nostalgia, which is the same thing we get pissed at Marvel for. Everyone all of a sudden recently is like, Spider-Man No Way Home wasn't that good because all they did was market old villains. But literally all of the promo for The Flash lately is like,
Nostalgia.
Batman reshoots. And Adam's right. They haven't put in any. We haven't seen since that DC fandom from 2021. DC fandom 2021 was where we saw like Supergirl and then whoever that other girl was. And I don't know if she was supposed to be like a Flash variant or something. I don't know. So there were two women standing.
Currently, the only one is it wasn't two girls. It was Sasha, and then in the movie there's two Barrys.
Oh, it was
the other one is Barry, because that one's going to be in the edited Batman suit that he makes into a Flash suit. That's why it looks all bulky and dumb, and it's got the Batman logo, but then the Flash like painted on it. The whole thing, like, I get we're doing Flashpoint. I get we're like messing with other things. Fine. I just give it. Just put it out next week. Just move on from it.
Adam's like, just don't put it out on my birthday.
Yeah, don't put it on my birthday. I mean, like, but look at June though. Here's the best part about my birthday is like, first week Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, fire. Second week, Flash. No, second week is not Flash. Second week is Transformers.
I don't
then
ever
Flash,
know what he's talking about.
and then Indiana Jones. So like week after week after week after week. So pretty stacked. I'll take it.
Summer's looking good for movies and TV. I can admit that.
Yeah. So
Jacob, how you feeling other than the poster being fire? Are you waiting for this movie? You think you're gonna go see it in theaters? What's happening?
I think maybe we should have talked about these next to each other, but this is one of those things of just like, I mean, everybody's got issues. Everybody's done real terrible shit, I'm sure, in their 20, 40, 30, 60-year long life, whatever it is. So yeah, do I support Ezra Miller? No, I think they're a little off the deep end. But
I hate that they're still gonna work with Ezra. That was my thing. It was like, y'all really can't cut Ezra.
No, I don't think they are. I think that back then that was like them sending out feelers trying to see. I don't think they're.
Oh, like what you said in the last episode, where you just like, we want to see community response.
Yeah, I don't think they're actually going to go forward with that, and I don't think this movie is going to be financially as successful as they want it to be. I think it's still going to make,
especially like sandwiched where it is.
Yeah, I think personally, I think it'll probably break even. But
I think it doesn't.
I'm excited for the movie because it is Flash and it's Batman. This is kind of like a different tangent, but like one of my favorite Disney movies of all time is Bug's Life. I love Bug's Life. but the villain in that movie is played by Kevin Spacey. I'm not going to start disliking Bug's Life just because.
Well, look at
20, 30
Baby
years after the
Boss
fact.
Baby, right?
Oh no.
Look at Boss Baby. Like that's such a huge franchise now and huge thing, and it started with Spacey being the baby.
I thought it was Alec Baldwin.
Mm-mm. The original Boss Baby voice was Kevin Spacey, and then went to Alec Baldwin, if I remember correctly. Which either way, it doesn't make a difference. It's both bad.
Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, it's one of those things. If you're going to be, it's just how you sleep at night. If you need to be able to sleep at night by telling yourself, I didn't go to Chick-fil-A, I didn't get on Twitter, I didn't play Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm not going to go see The Flash. If that's what helps you sleep, then good on you. I know that for me personally, I think there's too many things out there that are made by messy human people that end up being great. I'll never support those people's actions, but I'll support the team's actions of making something good.
Well,
that's fair. I wonder how long till it's on HBO Max. Although, granted, they've kind of been going. I feel like places are going away from the whole like saying when it's gonna come to streaming. Like, I don't think they actually said when Wakanda Forever was coming to streaming, but it ended up obviously being February because that made sense.
Well, man, no, because originally it was supposed to be January 26th, and then they bumped it to February 1st because somebody went, why don't we just put it in February? Just throw this out there.
It made sense. They were like,
Who made this decision for January 26th? Bob? Oh, no.
By the way, Adam, as per usual, was wrong. No, I'm just kidding. No, Alec Baldwin and Kevin Spacey were both cast in the film. Casey was replaced by Steve Buscemi. I don't know who Kevin played because Alec was the one who played the Boss Baby. So I don't. He was super colossal, big fat Boss Baby was who Kevin was supposed to be.
Honestly, Steve Buscemi deserved that role more anyway.
Probably.
Steve Buscemi's gold.
Well, speaking of dirty franchises that have made some bad mistakes, our boy Yaya has been doing some things. He's got Marvel coming up with Mr. Wonder Man, the TV show, but it just got leaked that he might be starring in a brand new Star Wars movie that is taking place after the sequels. That's kind of fire.
I didn't even see this news. Where'd you see that? Pull it up.
I'll pull it. It's legit. It's like I said, it is a rumored thing right now. It's who had it? DC, I think, had it. God damn it. Hold on. I'm getting in.
This man is so difficult, bro.
Why am I so difficult? Like,
because you are. You gonna bring us something and then not have it ready. I don't even know about this news.
Yeah, it literally was, I think came out yesterday. It was talking about it.
Yeah, Abdul.
Yep. Hold on.
It's supposed to be after what you said?
This is after the sequels. And of course, like all I'm getting right now is Ice Spice and dumb other things. Joker's gotta stop with the Ice Spice nonsense.
What else was Yaya in? I know that's a terrible question to ask. I can't think
of
it.
So he was in Ambulance.
Aquaman.
Thank you. Okay. That's why I haven't seen him in forever, was because it's been 1,000 years since Aquaman 2, and
he's been doing other stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's actually on Broadway right now.
Oh, so he like Hugh Jackman, he balancing acting and Broadway?
No, actually, the Broadway show he's doing is really, really good. I'll pull it up.
What's the name of it?
Give me a sec. Because I always see it and I'm like, because both the main actors are decent actors. Where's the Yaya thing? Okay, there's that.
You gotta learn to start bookmarking when you see stuff you want to talk about.
I didn't know. There's never a question of like, hey, this is a rumored thing that we're talking about. And instantly, and it came from Variety. And
good luck finding that. Variety be posting all day, every goddamn day.
I know. Let's see. I'll just type it in. There's your face. Hey, here we go. JJ was talking about it. Here it is. It says new. Yahya Abdul Mateen II, rumored to be one of the leads in a new movie. Yep, there it goes.
I love how all I did was copy and
You
paste
knew it
his
was
name.
Mesa.
It was the first. No, I just copied and pasted his name in search. Why it take you so long to find stuff?
Because I was going through where I saw it. I forgot who said it.
This man said he into tech, but he don't know how to use his computer, y'all. Ain't that crazy?
Gordon ganging up on Adam today.
Yeah, like pretty sure
Hey,
I'm the one that
doing-
fucking wrote the whole docket this morning. Fucking woke up a piss off. Like,
Hey, bro, I gotta start bringing the roast energy back
Ladies.
to Adam. He always be roasting us.
Ladies,
Remember what he said
you're
about
both
you?
No,
Wait, what?
I let it roll off my back like water on a duck.
Water on a duck.
Yeah,
yeah, because water
Ducks
doesn't get in the
have,
feathers; it just beads right off.
Yeah, it has. They have like that weird. I don't know what kind of like.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about this right now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all of a sudden we went from a nerd thing to
Weird.
LL Bean. Like,
They have like this weird oil or some kind
Yeah.
of secretion that makes water. Like if you drop water on a duck.
you
it
know
just
what, Jacob? Where's your source of this? Is this true? Can
Yeah,
you
Are
pull
you
it
just
up.
talking on the internet?
I'm not a tech person and I don't claim to be, so it's going to take me a second. But yeah, that's exciting, and he's going to be or potentially be in a Star Wars movie, and I hope.
I hope he does not get the same treatment.
That's
Yeah,
where
go
I was
ahead.
going
I
with
was
this.
gonna say, I pray that it's a starring, like the star role, and not, oh, he's going to be advertised and then thrown to the side like Boyega.
Let's
Well,
make
Yaya's
him
also
a
he was in
Jedi.
Candyman. He was in Matrix. He played
That's what it was, Candyman.
Morpheus, Ambulance. What else? What else? All Day and Night, Watchmen. He was Watchmen.
Oh, that's right. He was
Black Mirror, Us, Aquaman, Handmaid's
the
Tale,
all-powerful guy in
Mr.
Watchmen?
Manhattan.
Thank you. I don't know nobody's name.
Yeah, Adam, did you say Morbius though?
I didn't mean Morbius. I meant
No, okay.
he was in Matrix. He was in Matrix. He was
He played Morbius in Matrix 4.
Oh, okay, got
not
it.
Morbius. It's
No, it is Morbius.
It was
yeah.
young Morbius. Yeah. No, that's
It's
correct.
Morbius.
But speaking of offshoots of Marvel, but not an offshoot of Marvel, it's actual Marvel. New rumor. Director Matt Shackman apparently spotted in having lunch with Mila Kunis, and
I think this is stupid.
no, and that's why I want to hit on it real quick because Jacob, I want to know what you think. What is it with every time we see an actor meeting with someone related to Marvel or DC? Everyone's always like, so they're obviously being cast for this role.
These people just can't have fucking lives. Like, it's so funny. I mean, I love Mila Kunis, but I think we all know Mila Kunis has like her own niche. Like, she is one of the funniest women in Hollywood.
She is hilarious.
For her to play like and I don't mean this, it's going to sound sexualized, but it's not. For her to play the mom of Marvel, like Sue Storm is the mom.
If you think about it, it is kind of funny because like bad moms and all that stuff.
Well,
and she's always that one thing. But then the other part after this is like to touch upon what you were touching upon. Who was the original Sue Storm live action for us? Right? It was Jessica Alba. They got at that teen age the hot like who was the it person, and now they're like Mila Kunis, and it's just like, why are you doing it again?
I don't think I mean, this is me not even like trying too hard in my head, but I don't think I've ever had a problem with any Marvel casting, really. So, I mean, if it ends up being Mila Kunis, I'm sure she can pull like all her weight and be able to do exactly what she needs to do. But I don't personally, I wouldn't go for it. But
I think that like, and maybe I'm wrong, because again, I maybe haven't read enough Fantastic Four comics, but at least from portrayals I've seen, games, TV shows, and the movies, Sue's pretty like stoic, like whereas like y'all said, Mila's like very much this comedic type of actress.
I think Sue's one of those characters that a lot of people, I think stoic is a good word to use. A lot of people just think she's boring, but she really is just like, if you just pick up any Fantastic Four comic book or even watch the original movies, she's really the fucking glue of the Fantastic Four. Johnny and Ben are so fucking annoying to each other, and then Reed is just like, I'm gonna work on me. I'm gonna focus on
Off the rails.
Yeah, she's just literally the heart of the team. So it
Yeah.
has to be whoever plays Sue has to be somebody who you're just like, yeah, I'd stick around for them too. They seem like they got their act together.
And then just a quick
Not the
funny
Mila
thing.
Kunis.
A quick funny thing about Mila Kunis. This news recently has been trending. She probably because of this whole lunch meet and everyone talking about her now. She recently had like some interview, or people found an interview where apparently her and Ashton Kutcher, each of them played the Friends with Benefits type movies. So this is still movie related. There was No Strings Attached and then Friends with Benefits. Mila Kunis starred in Friends with Benefits. Ashton starred in No Strings Attached. And then apparently their love story was those movies. Like they kind of like started hanging out. They decided to be friends with benefits, and now they're fucking married. They were like, it's like, we know how this movie ends. Why did we think that this wouldn't happen? We were like, surely this won't happen.
The funnier part about that is, I want to say it was after or before, I can't remember, that Ashton did that movie. Who was his co-star in that movie?
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman did also what movie where she won an Academy Award?
Black Swan.
And who was she making out with in Black Swan?
Mila Kunis.
And it's always the running joke is like, she's the third person in their relationship.
Yo, wait a minute. Not the transitive relationship. I didn't even know that.
Jordan,
That's hilarious.
This is it, by the way.
Speaking of, while Adam is showing Jordan this, we did get, speaking of Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, we did get confirmation that there is going to be a season 2 of that 90s show on Netflix.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
Jordan, this is the play I was telling you about. Top Dog Underdog stars.
Yeah.
Yaya and Corey. Corey is from, and I pulled it up before. He's not big, but he did like In the Heights and some other things like that. But both of them are the lead actors in this play on Broadway that's apparently really, 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 really good. I've been wanting to actually check it out. It's on my list.
That's hilarious. We're gonna move on to the next thing, but y'all telling me that makes me want to go into this thread. This is where I saw the Ashton Kutcher Mila Kunis thing. I'm gonna go in this thread now because then it's like an Ashton. Apparently, Ashton was Mila's first kiss in that '70s show. So then they ended up doing this and then getting married. But then y'all bringing the tie-in that Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis kissed in Black Swan or whatever just makes this entire story even funnier. Like that's got to be like crazy amounts of coincidence.
So are you ready? This literally just happened 18 minutes ago from home of DCU, and Jordan, our friend, I Super Ebba. You know Ebbs.
Yeah.
So apparently Bill Ramey says that the DCU Batman will be a much older Batman and teases that it'll be a past Batman. And the face that's in this photo, guesses? Goddamn right, baby.
Just because they put a picture of George Clooney
Don't care. Bring
this
Clooney
tweet
back, baby.
doesn't mean that it's Clooney.
Clooney's best Batman. Done.
I think that's my only problem with the DC slate so far is that it seems like Superman's going to be really young and Batman's going to be really old.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, it's not horrible because like they didn't fight until he was 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they also worked together long before that.
I like the whole DC universe when Batman and Superman are like roughly the same age, or at least.
Yeah, because also, wait a minute, how's he gonna? I mean, technically he could on some sugar daddy shit, but how's he gonna hit on Lois to bother Clark and shit like that? Like to be brute. What are you doing? I fucking can't stand you. I can't stand you. Shut up. Oh my fucking God, bro. But yeah, no, I'm kind of with Jacob where, I mean, because what is this Batman that's coming in the Flash going to be the one that sticks around in the DCU? Like for sure.
So here's the thought. Don't know. I don't even know if Clooney can do reshoots. I was just watching him and Brad do the new Oceans movie. So does he have time for that?
Probably not, but Anyways, Adam's all happy about Clooney.
I
don't give a
first of all, let me make
care.
this very clear. Fucking love George Clooney. He's like one of my favorites.
A charismatic Batman
Can
would be cool.
I tell y'all, this is gonna off the rails, but can I tell y'all a story about George Clooney?
What
I was
happened?
listening to the podcast that I listened to, Smartless, with like Jason Bateman and Will Arnett and Sean Hayes, and they have a guest on every week, and the guest was George Clooney, and George Clooney was talking about how he was living with an actor friend of his, and the actor friend of his had a cat, and George, because he was basically living there rent free, George Clooney was using the guest bathroom, which also had the cat litter in it. And George started scooping out the cat litter and putting it into the toilet, like the dirty cat litter, and putting it into the toilet and flushing it, just to be kind. I don't think you're supposed to do that. So if you're at home, don't do that. But Clooney ends up cleaning it just to be nice and, to be a nice person because he's living there rent free. His actor friend comes up and he's like, "Hey, I don't know what's going on. My cat hasn't pooped in like a week. Like it hasn't gone to the bathroom in like a week. I tried to do its litter and there's nothing in there." And George decides that he's just going to go with it. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's really weird. That's really strange." Anyway, he starts doing this for like several days. And eventually his actor friend takes the cat to, this is going to get so funny for y'all. He takes the cat to the vet.
I'm so scared of this.
And
Is that right?
it's great. He takes the cat to the vet and he's like, "Hey, this cat's not going. I don't know what's going on." So the veterinarian gives the cat basically like cat laxatives. And George, at that point, when the cat gets home, George is scooping the litter into the toilet like every 20 minutes. And it's still clean. It's still clean whenever his actor friend sees it. And he's like, "What is going on?" So George does this for like 3 or 4 more days. And George Clooney, I kid you not, said word for word in a podcast, "So one day when it was all cleaned out, I took my pants off
Oh, I heard this.
and I took a shit in the litter box."
Oh my
And then
God.
his actor friend walks in, sees the litter box, and goes, "Oh my God."
This is terrible. Adam, this sounds like some shit you would do.
I was like,
It really is something I would do.
What a fucking funny ass thing to do. But you will never catch me shitting in a litter box.
I've
I'd be
shit
too
on
scared to miss
somebody's back porch lawn furniture.
Oh my God.
Like,
What is wrong with you?
look, you get dared, and not my neighbors, but somebody's neighbors are a real pain in the ass, and But the hardest part was pinch and crab walking, like every
I
single
bet.
piece of furniture.
Oh, I got a story to tell you all later off the.
Oh, I'm the only one that shames myself. Okay, got it.
No, we have things to get through.
You saw I shortened it so because it was going to happen.
Yeah, no, I got you.
What was it say? Hey, February 15th.
Shortened.
Technically today, yesterday.
She deserves a little bit more lead-in than
I agree.
story with Clooney. But we don't really have a segue in our heads right now. But Moon Girl is fucking awesome. If y'all aren't familiar with Moon Girl and Marvel, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is a great comic book. She is literally, I think she's been confirmed, other than Franklin Richards, she's like the smartest person in the MCU, or I'm sorry, in Marvel Comics. So now she has a Disney Plus, Disney Channel show.
Disney Channel was yesterday premiered, and then it goes to Disney Plus on the 15th.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, it's freaking amazing. The soundtrack for the show already is fire. The animation is amazing.
Can we just talk about, though, the two smartest people and the most powerful person
Our children.
and the most powerful person technically in MCU now are all black.
Black girls.
All black. No, black guy. Remember, it's
I thought you were talking
a
about
new
Dominic
Omega
Thorne.
level, like the number one Omega level is now this. And I don't know his name. Black Kid Comic, he was talking about him the other day. He's like looks literally like a black Superman, just bald, and I forget what he's called, but it's a huge thing. But
I didn't know
two
you were talking
smartest
about
people?
comics.
two smartest people in Marvel, black girls. I mean,
I thought you were talking about Ironheart, sorry.
No, well, I mean, it's Riri and Moon Girl, and
Yeah, but then you just said that the other one wasn't.
Yes,
it
but
wasn't
it-
a mega
but-
level person.
yeah, but I also said most powerful. I said
Oh,
most
okay.
powerful
Yeah, I
after
missed the
that.
most powerful part. I only heard smartest.
Anyway, Moon
anyways.
Girl is coming to Disney Plus if you haven't watched it on Disney Channel, and show looks amazing. It's already been shown to a couple of friends of the podcast, like Straw Hat and a couple other people, and they said that they loved it. And I mean, the show by itself just looks amazing. I'm excited for it, and I know Devil Dinosaur, once he comes in, is going to be the cutest thing on the planet. Y'all are going to love it.
They also had the sneak peek that was the Childish Gambino fight sequence, which was like fire. That was cool. Sorry, I shouldn't have checked my phone. I'll tell y'all about it afterward.
I don't even want to know now.
Oh man. Moving on. Later this week, by the time this podcast episode airs, I'm not gonna look it up because I was about to look it up and pull it up, and then I realized we're gonna end up freaking spoiled if I do that. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania premieres end of this week. I'm actually going to go see it Thursday on the 16th because it'll be already being shown. Obviously we had the script leak a little while ago, and that's part of why as soon as I typed in Ant-Man, first thing was Ant-Man 3 spoilers. I was like, never mind, I'm not even gonna look it up.
Why am I in this
trailer.
place? I hate this here.
Yeah, I was like, never mind, I'm not even gonna press enter on this because we'll end up spoiled just trying to have a dang on podcast episode. But yeah, so excited to see that movie. It's Black History Month. I'm rooting for Kang. There is no other choice but to root for Kang.
There's a lot of people rooting for Kang, to be honest.
As Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black. I'm sorry, Scott. Paul Rudd, you're a great man. You're like a vampire. You never seem to age for some reason, and you've been one of the greatest additions to Marvel. However, I saw you get curb stomped in that trailer, and I'm gonna need that to not have been cut from the final film because Kang was giving you the bottom of his boot, and that joint was looking fire. Oh, what y'all got? What y'all got on it?
I see it next week. So
I'm
same.
excited for it. It's my Valentine's Day present. We're gonna see it on Friday, so I'm having to wait a little extra. But
I was like, you said Valentine's Day, and I looked at the date. I was like, it's 11th. You seen it on? Wait, when are you seeing it?
well, Valentine's Day on the 14th, and it comes out the 17th. It's not
Yeah.
that, but anyway, it's I'm excited for it. Nothing more I can really say without.
Yeah, I mean, without us really getting like into it. Same. I'm very much on the. I'm excited. I want to see it. I've heard things already about it, obviously, because some of our friends have went to the red carpet of it, so they already seen it. We're ready for it. Whatever we get, we're ready for.
I don't know what the next thing on the docket is. Otherwise, I was trying to like.
Oh, so I got it. It's Miss Mar. So Joker. I don't know if you know if Society made the Joker. I know you know probably Maya, but she did bring up something that I've been thinking for a long time now. Is like, where's the love for the Marvels? That movie literally comes out in July, and there's been no conversation about it. Hell, they're on Fantastic Four, which isn't it for another like 2 years.
I'm not gonna lie. I think part of the problem, one, is, and we've said this before, and it's because there's a whole bunch of hype around it, but there's too much coming out, number one. But then you bring up the fair point. Fantastic Four don't even got a cast, and everybody's worried about Mila Kunis meeting with Matt Shackman. So that's fair.
If they're starting to film beginning of next year, hard to believe they don't have cast. I would say hard to believe. I think it's very hush hush because it's such a huge thing. This is, I mean,
Why
you
did
think
they
about
say
what's up?
tomorrow that they come? Why does it say tomorrow they come? Is there a trailer or something?
Yes, tomorrow for the big bowl party. There's a teaser trailer.
Everything, bro.
So some of the trailers that are coming out tomorrow, we get a teaser trailer for the Marvels. We get the Fast and Furious trailer, which already came out yesterday, but it's coming out tomorrow. What else? There's some Marvel stuff. I think Loki 2 was something. They're doing another Ant-Man trailer, which at this point collectively it's 2 hours of footage that you've put out, so we've seen it. There's a lot of good trailers coming out. I think all in collective, there was like 23 trailers coming out tomorrow. To give you an idea, for what is it, for a minute? No, for 30 seconds. What? How much was it this year? Now I've got to see. Like Jacob, I know. Hold on.
I think that the only reason it hasn't gotten any love is because Disney and Marvel.
So per commercial.
How about you let him finish what he's saying, bro? You asked him a question.
No, like I was at pricing, but per commercial for 30
This man said,
seconds,
no, I'm not gonna let you
7
finish
million.
it.
Sorry, go ahead.
You asked him a question.
I think they just like wait until the first project or the next project is over to start doing the next one. So I think that they're going to wait until Ant-Man is at least done. Also, you have to think about it. Ant-Man comes out later this week, and this trailer is going to air during the Super Bowl. I'm sure that this trailer is attached to Ant-Man. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing that in theaters and maybe a couple of the other ones that they have if they have other theatrical trailers coming out. But
I'm getting the list. Hold on. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scream 6, Fast 10, the new Matt Damon movie, which I'm really excited about, the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It's called Air. So it's a story of how Nike got Michael Jordan to sign with them. And it was like the first big signing Nike ever really did. And it changed the game. So that's happening. Dungeons and Dragons. I saw Dick real quick and I was like, wait, what's going on? But it was Dick Van Dyke Goes on The Masked Singer, and I was like so confused.
I thought you were saying you saw a
No. I mean, I'm on the internet and all, but like not like that. Where's the other list?
Are you sure?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, Flash. We're getting a Flash trailer tomorrow. We're getting Little Mermaid, Guardians. What else? The 64 movie with Adam Driver. Air, like I said, Cocaine Bear. Which, have you seen the poster for Cocaine Bear they did for the big game? It's a bear sniffing the chalk on the field.
I'm so excited for that movie, bro.
Fantastic. The Marvels, Little Mermaid, like I said, Transformers, Rise of the Beast. A couple other ones. That's the list so far. But like Guardians, Mermaid, Flash, and yeah, those are my big ones.
I haven't even looked at what's all coming out during the game, so like I don't even know what I'm excited for. I know you said it, but I'm just saying I haven't actually been looking at what's supposed to be coming out. So like, other than y'all heard me just say like I didn't even fucking know the Marvels was getting a trailer during this.
They announced it like 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think you told me, but you know, I'd be looking at the list and then I'd just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then I just move on. Which Super Bowl is it? 57?
Well, you can just type in 2023, like that goes
also,
well.
The thing that's dominated my timeline ain't been nothing but the Popcorners thing with Breaking Bad, which
that looks fantastic.
Bryan Cranston said that it's most likely the last time that he will appear as Walter White in any shape, form, or fashion. So
can I say that like Scream 6? I'm so excited about that. Like the way they're doing.
I've heard a lot of the posters are fire.
Visual of like what his mask is looking like, and it's old and broken, and I just love it. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that I was sharing my screen with y'all. Yeah, I mean, the most that I may be excited for is the Marvels then, because like,
Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, that too. I wasn't listening when you said that.
Flash.
I don't want another trailer for Guardians this soon.
I think we'll
get. How far is it away? May.
Yeah.
Movie comes out in May.
No, but I'm saying this soon because we just got one like a month ago.
Yeah, we did.
We got a teaser trailer. I think they'll give us more of a story trailer, or maybe
I don't need more.
It's got to be something big if it's going to be so. Like I said, $7 million for 30 seconds.
That's insane. Also, yeah, I'm sorry, I messed up. I am excited for I don't know if I'm excited for Elemental, actually. I don't know if I'm excited for that.
I'm super excited about that movie.
They
We
said
can talk about
Avatar-
it at the end.
They're like Avatar, but little soul people. Earth, water,
Yo, you leave
fire.
Captain Planet alone. When your powers combine, I am Don
'cause
Cheadle. What?
All right, this podcast is over. No, I'm just kidding. Why did you say Don Cheadle? Why was that the go-to?
There's a
You know, the college humor video where Don Cheadle plays Captain Planet.
yeah.
Well,
Very funny.
well, that's you know, ideas like that won't get people in the theater. But speaking of getting people in the theater, what is this new movie?
They're not trying to get anyone in the theater right now. So AMC is working on it. And it's funny that you brought this up because I don't know if I'm like we said, Fast 10 trailer came out yesterday. But not only did it come out yesterday,
the movie comes out in May.
It comes out May 19th, and tickets are on sale now. What? But
real quick, can we talk about the tagline of that movie is the beginning of the end or something like that? And I'm like, damn, y'all had 10 movies and you didn't even get into the end. Like,
isn't there's one more after this apparently? And you know, Vin Diesel compared it to Lord of the Rings.
So Coy and Paul, like Jordan, I know you know Paul, but like so Coy and them and Julian and all them went to go see a snippet thing of Fast 10 the other day with all the actors and stuff. And they saw it and they said this movie gives Infinity War vibes and Endgame vibes of like how massive it's going to be. And in the trailer, there's this ginormous metal ball that is a ton. 1 ton metal ball they just let roll in Italy. And like they're doing all this crazy shit that's never been done, but going backwards as well to some of the previous things they've done. Minus all that saying, AMC, when I went to go buy those tickets, in the middle, kid you not, are gold. They're yellow gold of price points. I mean, my tickets are free, but it didn't make a difference. But it's going to cost more for premium seats. And then if you get other ones, they're a little cheaper. But if you do like in the very front or in the very back, they are the cheapest.
I'm saying and this has been ever since literally, I mean, you can go back as far as when Adam was born. I mean, people have been saying it for a long time. The movie theater industry is dying. And I'm just like, man, if it's dying, why isn't it dead yet? I'm just like, golly. But now, okay, this is another thing that they're trying now. And it's going to be the same thing as Netflix trying to do the whole password sharing thing where people are just going to be so fucking outraged that they just stop going to AMC and they start going to other theaters in their hometown.
Well, speaking of that, here's the problem with that is other theaters would be Regal. Regal filed for bankruptcy and they closed 39 other ones yesterday. So here's my thing. And I think Jacob, as a PR person, you would understand this and are with me on this. If you're asking for X, I need Y, and not like WHY. I need Y. And the reason being is I was talking to somebody because I went to a movie thing, which I got to tell you still about Jacob. So we were sitting there talking about how AMC is raising the rates of going to the movies now, but it's still the same stale, shitty, frozen, freezer burnt food, or the same shit kids that don't know anything and just are rude as hell. Like Maya made a whole Ant-Man display for her theater the other day. And then on top of that, some older people came and asked about movies, and she was like, here's the Academy Award movies that are coming up. Here's the ones that you can see right now. The other ones are coming out on the, I think it's the 11th today, actually, I think. And it's like, she was knowledgeable because she does this, obviously, but like, what's wrong with like,
I just think movie theaters can be doing more to be making that extra buck, and they're just choosing to go these weird routes. Like, I'm all for making the lower, like the closer to the screen seats cheaper. I'm all for that. I think that's a smart idea because, yeah, I've literally seen maybe 5 movies in my entire life like that. And at first, it's hella annoying. After you get like 30 minutes in, you kind of forget that you're sitting that close. But like still, it's just like craning your neck. Anyway, I'm all for making those cheaper. The problem is that they're making the normal seats that we normally sit in the middle of the theater, the back of the theater, they're making those more expensive. That's just a little ridiculous.
Let me see if I can pull
Things
it up.
that they
Go ahead.
could be doing, like Adam said, they could be screening each Oscar movie. They could be charging tickets for that. They could also be screening like popular shows, like The Last of Us. They could have
they could do like collaborations.
They could have entire watch parties. They could also, speaking of tomorrow, some theaters, some smart theaters, like my local theater I have, but I don't know if AMC and Regal is doing this, but yeah, screening the big game, having Super Bowl kind of food there just for the day, catered from some other place, but like have wings, have, you know, whatever people eat during the Super Bowl other than wings, because that's really all I'm eating.
Charcuterie boards, I believe.
Sure, yeah, charcuterie boards, like veggies and ranch, like
butter boards now.
But I'm just like, there's so many other things you can do to be making cash as a movie theater. So it does not make sense you're just going to raise your ticket prices. Because I'm going to be honest, it's getting to the point where I'm not going to pay $30 for a fucking movie ticket. I'm done. Adam's raising his hand again on our listener podcast. Most people probably don't even watch the video.
You can watch it on Spotify. Thank you. While you're there, also don't forget 5 stars. It was to say, Jacob, with working at Disney, thoughts on Disney buying AMC, because I had this conversation too, and I always have this. Disney buying AMC because they are not employees then, they are actors. You have to be a certain type, right? And then Disney, like you and I just saw, Bob announced they're trying to do, what was it, like $7.7 million cut, and they just got rid of 5,000 employees or something like that. This helps with that. Now you want to work for Disney, you don't have to be in Orlando or in LA. You can work for Disney all across the country at movie theaters, and every week there's the same theme of like Disney, but yet, let's say Black Panther comes out, everything changes to Wakanda. Elementals comes out, it's elemental style stuff. Like, I think if you want me to pay $35 for one seat, and I've got to still pay for, I mean, let's be honest, what, like $25 in food, and that's basic. I'm spending $50 just on myself, let alone bringing someone else. I want an experience being at theaters. Sitting there now with the theater, and all three of us agree, going to the movies to see something is always the best way to do it.
No Way Home wouldn't have been the same if I had just been sitting at home.
Correct.
People hating on Black Panther right now because they didn't see moments in the theater. Continue.
Correct. And sitting there and doing that is cool, and I love the event, and I love doing it and stuff like that. That's awesome. But going to see this event, it needs to feel like an event. It needs to feel like an experience.
It's not just Disney owning it. I think that it really does boil down to movie theaters. I mean, I don't know what it was like for y'all when y'all were kids, but I remember there was like a Regal theater that I went to when I was a kid, and it was all like, it was like a pharaoh's tomb. Like, it was all Egyptian themed. Like, and
they used to do stuff.
Well, yeah, but like, it's just,
mine was classic Hollywood. It was a 2-theater place in my small town.
Yeah, but like there was certain like magic about movie theaters, and I mean, my family knew from a young age I was a movie like kid, and my family knew that I was a movie kid, and we'd go to the movies so often. Now, I'm just excited that I get to go for a Valentine's Day present. Like that's just, and because I know it's going to be $50 just for me and my wife to go see Ant-Man 3, just because we want tickets, and she likes hot dogs at the movie theaters, I like popcorn, and we both want to drink. And I'm just like, that's going to be like $50, and it's stupid that I can go get ballpark food for maybe $5 at Walmart, and now I'm having to pay $25 here for food that really just tastes the same as a Walmart food.
And that's funny you bring that up because like ballparks were having the same issue of getting people to stay there and like and go to concessions and stuff when it was like that. But now they've gotten actual chefs to make something specifically for their ballparks. So it makes people want to come to them to have that food. So like we don't need like a 5-star chef to be doing AMC food, but in the same
I think that movie theaters just need a major overhaul.
Need an overhaul.
Oh wait, can we all agree?
It's
This
not
was the best.
like the Disney cast member mentality. It's just having employees that
I'll go to the lobby.
I need you to learn to play stuff without sound.
Can we all be agree? Like that was the best,
like
right?
The Disney cast member thing. It's just having employees that aren't just like, man. Another thing, when I go to Chick-fil-A, those kids, all probably in high school, they're all saying "my pleasure." They're like, "Hope you have a great day." Some of them
they make Chick-fil-A employees go through like boot camp though, bro. They like the military.
Like some of them are just like sitting there, like, "How was your day going? Good. What you been doing?" And they're like chatting up with me while I'm sitting there waiting on my milkshake or whatever. When I go to a freaking theater, it's like, "Here's your ticket."
I don't even. It's not even like that.
$50 to be here. I better be pampered a little bit. My seat doesn't even recline. Are you kidding?
Like, what is the stickiness on my foot? Like, what is going on right now?
I think movie theaters, like, if y'all don't want to be a dying industry, you need to crack down like McDonald's is supposed to be cracking down on their milkshakes machines never working. It's just like, if you want it to work,
Not the ice cream machine.
if you want it to work, you better buy new mops for your theaters, get those floors never sticky, and you better have employees who are excited to be there.
So I felt like a Karen, basically. Speaking of that, you guys remember the event I did for Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
So when I went into my theater, there was popcorn all over the place in the floors.
No.
And I'm like, I paid, and I'll tell you both. I'll publicly say, I paid like $1,500 for that thing. It wasn't sponsored. It was my own money. I wanted to do it for the local area, and that was fine. But I'm not paying that kind of money for a shit theater that you're just too lazy to clean. That's not happening.
I just want to say, because first of all, theaters do need to be more of an experience because like financially they're not doing great. Instead of raising their prices, give some new services. Because also Regal ain't doing better either. Because I was sitting here thinking like, oh, well, Regal's about to get all the business because we switched from an AMC to a Regal because at the time the AMC near us, like once they reopened from COVID, some different stuff was different. They didn't have certain stuff that we like really liked. And then I think like a deal happened with Regal, so we went to a Regal instead for some movie tickets, and it just ended up we were like, until the AMC gets back to where it was with like some of the food options and stuff, we're gonna go to this Regal, but now we might just be staying at Regal because but then Regal's closing theaters, so they just closed 39 locations. So I don't know, man. Movie theaters in hot water. I do want to say, because y'all were talking about like floors being sticky and all that stuff. I think the craziest thing, and I was among this, was people finding out on the internet recently that there's cameras that face the seats. So it was a bunch of people on TikTok that were like, "Oh
well,
shit!"
I put remember we wanted to start doing questions in here and like interacting with the fans more. I'd done on Twitter about what's the craziest thing that ever happened at, a movie theater. Can I tell you, most of the answers I got was people in the theater having sex. Like,
as someone who worked at the theater, I know people who was employees and people who were friends that used to be employees. You know, you go into that movie at like 1:30 in the afternoon in the summer that nobody's watching. You know, I'm just saying. I hope Mom's not watching. Anyway,
that's my boy Jacob. I'm proud of you.
No, and so I didn't know, and so like as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Hey, Laven, do you know the camera's face here?" She was like, "Damn, all right, well." So that was that. But yeah, movie theaters. Hopefully, y'all do better.
You've never gotten an extra feature at the cinema, there, buddy.
So big announcement from Disney. What's going on? Oh shit! Is this the announcement that I hate?
Yes.
Oh my.
Jacob hates too. Probably. Let's all be honest. And let's start out. Not all of it is bad. One of it, extremely questionable.
Yeah.
No, carry on, Jacob. What?
They continued by saying that Zootopia sequel's still coming, and like they've announced that a while ago.
Yeah.
Zootopia is a really profitable thing for them. They have like a whole Zootopia land in, I think it's Disneyland Tokyo,
Yeah.
Shanghai, and they're planning on bringing one. It seems like to Disney World in Florida, but now they've announced, other than the Zootopia sequel, they've announced that there's going to be a Frozen 3, which some good things coming.
Money.
But yeah, it seems like a money thing. It doesn't, to me, Frozen 1 was an okay place to stop. Frozen 2 was a great place to stop. And now you have the pressure of making Frozen 3, which is now the new movie they've announced, a fantastic place to stop. But speaking of stopping,
it seems to be they have a problem knowing where to stop.
Speaking of stopping,
Go ahead.
Toy Story 1 is probably one of my favorite movies. And Toy Story 2, I didn't like as much as Toy Story 1, but I know a lot of people love that movie more than Toy Story 1. And Toy Story 3 was probably the greatest ending we've had to a Pixar franchise. And then they came out with Toy Story 4, and it was like, okay, the ending of Buzz and Woody's, like, best
And you
friend.
saw what they were doing. They were splitting the franchise up to do different things.
Like, okay, now they've announced Toy Story 5. Ladies and gentlemen,
Stop.
I just want you to know, look at me. Look at what I look like. Again, I'm not a tech person, so Jordan, put my face big or somebody.
Oh, I got you.
Wow. Get it?
If you're watching the podcast, look at me. I am almost 30 years old. My mother, who is now 57 years old, took me to Toy Story 1 when I was 3 months old.
Jesus Christ. You don't even remember.
Toy Story 5. I don't remember the movie, but my mom told me that was the first movie I went to. Toy Story 5 is now coming out and will probably arrive around when I turn 30. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just so stupid. The first movie was fantastic. I can watch that movie today and be like, damn, this is a good movie. Toy Story 2, really good. Toy Story 3, damn, that was pretty good too. They all left Andy. Toy Story 4, no, it wasn't good. I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't good. The animation was good. Toy Story 5, there is not a single thing they can do to sell this movie that I would be like, wow, I'm glad they made that. You know what?
Hey, I just want to say to you, because number one, I agree and partially agree with you. Number one, there's some real defenders in Toy Story 4 out there, and I openly disagree with them. I completely understand the whole Toy Story 3 was Andy's ending. Toy Story 4 was Woody's ending, and then you also got to see what happened to Bo Peep because we just forgot about her. Okay, I'll give you that. The movie wasn't terrible. Forky was cool. I deem Toy Story 4 good, but unnecessary. You can't convince me that it needed to happen at all.
Yeah.
At this point, Toy Story 5, I was like, how many perfect endings can you give us? Because the defense for Toy Story 4 is it was a perfect ending for Woody specifically. And then everyone can agree Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending to just that. And then they already have spinoff shows that still freaking happen anyway. Toy Story 5, how many perfect endings are you going to give us? And people in my comments were like, Buzz is ending this time. I was just like, but we don't need that.
And then here's the other thing about that is we've got a sour taste in our mouth about Buzz as is right now because of the Buzz Lightyear movie. So what are you doing with this?
Here's the thing, and I'm not defending this person's actions, but things really changed for Pixar whenever the Me Too movement came around and John Lasseter was taken off of Pixar because storylines seemed to have less heart in them once he left. And on top of that, Chapek being Bob Chapek, releasing all of those Pixar movies just straight to Disney Plus, kind of doing straight to DVD like they did in the 90s. And then mad. And then on top of that, just like even if they did release them in theaters, just like not advertising at all. Like, and they even do it. It's not even just Pixar. Disney even does it for some of their own movies, like Strange World, which I actually like Strange World a lot, but they did not advertise for that movie. So there's other things like that where I'm just like, Pixar is going down a drain. But the way to build Pixar back up is not just by recycling Toy Story 17 times. Other people in my comments yesterday were like, bro, Incredibles 3 would be fire. I agree. I would love you can shoot Incredibles until the kids are grown up. But Toy Story is just done. It's done.
Yeah, I just, it's one of those things. I let it slide with Toy Story 4 because, like, okay, the absolute best overhaul animation they had. You can give me Forky was a nice little interesting character. Forky very much is similar energy to Perito in Puss in Boots. And then it's Woody's ending. There's nothing you can convince me to justify Toy Story 5, bro. Like, at this point, it's just like, whatever. Zootopia 2, yeah, I've been hearing things about that for a little bit. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, that's okay. And then Frozen 3, I'm just like, meh. So I was just like, I don't care about these. But, I'm proud. They probably are things that I might not necessarily go see in theaters necessarily. It's funny, is Bob Chapek out? He's out, right?
Yeah, he's done.
He's out. And Iger's back. Okay. And it always confused me because they were both named Bob, so I always mix up.
That's why everything's kind of not running smoothly, but
the way that Disney cast members remember it, Chapek is here for the paycheck.
That's hilarious.
Iger is just our friend.
Anyways, yeah. So then the last bit. Real quick before we go into that, I just want to say this is a fan-made poster.
Best one I've seen.
And
best one I've seen.
Listener, it's a Mandalorian poster, and it is fire.
It's
from one of our friends, Hannah, over here. She didn't do it, but like that's where it's coming from.
Yeah, she said that it was fan made by Rez Aaron. But God, it's beautiful. Yeah, so interesting. I thought it was a very dope poster. I was like, studios need to be making good posters like this. So I just wanted to throw that in there. There was like one other thing that I was gonna pull up. Oh, it was the thing Adam said about do you fucking miss me, bro?
I have it.
Pull it up. You have it up right now? Because I have it up right now.
I mean, if you got it, go ahead. You're already sharing, but go for it.
All right, yeah. It's just, Jacob, this is what he was talking about do you fucking miss me?
Last week.
First of all, you're spending a lot of time with Toby, and I feel left out.
I see you every week, bro.
That's for what? You see me for money. If you weren't getting paid, you would see me every week. Before you carry on, do you miss me when I'm not around?
I just want to know I missed. That's all.
Wednesday, and you're seeing me tomorrow. Do you think I can't wait to see James? Or do you roll your eyes and say recording day tomorrow?
It depends. Wait, let me answer.
You miss me when I'm not around. Bro.
That's all. I just want to know I missed. That's
he
it.
Literally, so now he just keeps asking, did you fucking miss me?
I miss Joe. Anytime I think about the podcast, I get a little giddy because I have to compartmentalize my nerdiness because my wife does not want to hear about Star Wars and Marvel all day long. She doesn't. And I mean, I'm sure
feel that. I'm texting this shit out of both of you tomorrow during the game. I'm like, did you see the trailer?
And on top of that, it's like my friends also like, even though my friends like Marvel and Star Wars, I can't talk about Marvel and Star Wars the same way because they're just more casual fans. We're like, did you see Jon Favreau tweeted this? What if that means Mandalorian season 4 is already confirmed? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're just like,
oh, we wormhole. We're not supposed to wormhole.
I'm fine with it. Like, so yeah, I do miss y'all because y'all are like the only people I can talk about this stuff.
I really want to fuck around though today because think this out, right? The director for Fantastic Four was with Mila Kunis, right?
Yeah.
What nationality is she?
I don't know.
Russian, if I remember correctly.
Really?
If I remember, I believe she's Russian. What if she's Doom?
No.
Doing it. Doing it.
That's not where I thought you were going. I thought you were going to make one of those jokes of just like the best like Asians in the MCU, and it's like Shang-Chi and then Black Widow because Russia is in Asia. It's just like whatever.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Anyways,
I thought it would be fun because we didn't last week, and I felt bad about it. But I thought it'd be
totally
fun
forgot.
if we wrap up with a draft. And Adam had the great idea of making it Disney sequels, since Disney is
Full of them.
making
well, they announced the 4
anthology of Toy Story movies and Frozen and everything else that we've seen already. So, what are y'all's top 3 Disney sequels? We'll go Adam first, Jordan second.
We want to see, or that happened.
That happened.
It's Black History Month. Jordan's first, Adam is second, and then I'll be third. And yeah, that have happened. Not that we want to see.
Okay.
So obviously Aladdin 2, Return of... I'm fucking kidding. Any of those
time out. Speaking of like sequel things, like because we didn't talk about this at all, like collectively. Why are we getting it up where Carl goes on a date for the first time since Ellie died? Like, I don't want that. Like, what? That's not a thing. He dies alone.
And if you watch Doug Days on Disney Plus, it was almost as good as Up. It was so good. But I think it is weird because why is his name escaping me? The guy who plays Carl. Anyway, he passed like early on last year, I feel like. So this is kind of like weird it's like a full year posthumously getting this.
Ed Asner.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm just like, this is kind of strange, but okay.
Yeah, true, because that means we're gonna have a different voice for him. So that's interesting.
I don't even know if it's gonna be a different voice.
They probably digitally grabbed everything.
Yeah, they might have. Yeah. Anyway, sequels. Jordan.
Yeah. So, my number one. Not to say that it was necessary. It also caused some continuity issues, but it has one of my favorite songs, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
I knew you were going to say, I knew it.
He is not one of us. He will never be one. That's one of my favorites, man. I got to. So.
Trying to think, because you took the one I was going to snag if you didn't say it. It's got to be Frozen 2. Honestly, it's got to be Frozen 2 for me, because that's like when you sit there and think of very similar, right? Like Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 are Batman Begins and Dark Knight. That's literally what that decent movie, good start, like where you're going with it, and then just done. Like bam, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Toy Story 2. Just because, as much as it's not like one of my favorites, I know y'all were going to be chomping at the bit to take it, and I truly love that movie. It's great.
The remote just happened to be in front of you. You calling me a liar? If the boot fits, say that again. If the boot. I saw a thing on
all the way to work on a Saturday.
I saw a TikTok that was like, Woody put his whole bootussy in that tea. Next up, Disney sequels for me.
Cars 2, right?
No. An extremely goofy movie.
You are very much staying on brand, aren't we?
What you talking about?
Anyways.
What does that mean?
Never mind. You're not getting it. You're still... Let's be honest. Let's be very honest with each other, okay?
What?
They are what kind of movies? We're still celebrating here. There you go, there you go, Jacob. Watch, he actually shuts it.
Oh,
he actually shut it.
He's gonna have to boot his computer back up. Oh my
right?
God. He's gonna be like, oh, I'm not in the video call anymore. Stretch your next pick until he's back.
Anyways, Jacob got one.
Only picking animated black movies.
There you go. There you go.
This guy.
Oof. I'm trying to think of like decent. Oh, 102 Dalmatians.
It's a good one.
Not great, but I'll take it. A little high in the draft.
Incredibles 2.
See, I'm thinking Disney only. I'm trying not to like because Pixar and I love Pixar.
Okay. Sorry, I'll take that one out. Wreck-It Ralph.
This Adam with his freaking.
I didn't say you had
semantics.
to.
No, Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. That'll be my new one.
I was like, how did you not pick something with your name in it?
I mean, that was the only thing I was going to take, and I knew y'all probably wouldn't take it, so I was like, I'll see.
It was on the list. It was right after the return of Jafar. No,
I'm like really trying to figure out another one that I really care for. And I'm just like,
oh, I've got my third one. I'm done. I'm ready.
You go ahead then, because I don't know.
Toy Story 3. It is a sequel. Do
I didn't
not
even think about that. I didn't even think about how that counts as a sequel. I hate you.
He's like, in
goodness
that
gracious.
case, Jordan's like, in that case, Lion King 1.5.
Actually, I would say Lion King 1.5 to be perfectly fair. And let me explain why. That movie is absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. However, when my brother and I were growing up, we used to love watching the collection that had Timon and Pumbaa.
Mhm.
Watching it, we used to love that. So I would actually put Lion King 1.5 up there on my my listing because
You're welcome.
I actually did watch it. Like we used to watch the DVD like on repeat, like all the time.
All right.
Jacob,
Jacob,
you
what's
up.
your third?
Last one.
He's like, Toy Story 4.
No, this is tough though. This is y'all probably be like, what the hell? The Tigger movie.
I remember it.
You can show me that movie to this day, and I will sob. The entire movie is just about Tigger, like realizing he's the only Tigger, but his friends are his family. Probably one of the best ways that trope has been done in any movie.
Also, not them coming out openly and saying that Pooh is a girl and they've just like wrong sex to Pooh the entire time right now.
I'm not even going to get into that, but I know you're wrong.
No, so the original story was based off a real black bear.
Oh yeah, the
bear.
Winnie the Pooh, the bear, the actual bear
Yeah.
was a girl.
It's a girl. So the story was based on a girl.
Story was based on a girl, but
Nope.
Winnie the Pooh and Piglet.
Fix it, Disney.
Everyone.
It.
Actually, everyone in Winnie the Pooh, like the actual book and movies, they're all males except for Kanga. Gopher, owl, rabbit, which is surprising, piglet, which is surprising, all of them males except for Kanga.
Crazy. Hey, so we'll see everybody next week, just without Jordan.
Oh yeah. So next week, aren't you gonna be gone next week? No, you're gonna be on the beginning of the
yeah, I only go to
I
go to LA Wednesday and then come back to Thursday.
Yeah, next week we're gonna be going to wife's grandparents for the weekend, for the long weekend. So I will be absent. I will be sending in my real quick thoughts of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania for these guys to show you. Here's hoping the show runs well without me, because you know
I'm here. Don't worry.
Susan Storm, I am the glue of this entire thing. I am the filling of the inside out Oreo that is this podcast.
Are you saying that you want to film me? Is that?
Oh,
Jacob, you want to start a podcast together? What we'll do is we'll call it the Daily Fiddle. And
now we're doing fiddles, huh?
I can't stand you, bro. So, anywho's, love you guys. I appreciate everybody listening. I know we had like a little bit of rough talks at the beginning. Wanted to share some nuanced opinion. I know that doesn't exist these days, but hopefully you stuck around, listened to the whole thing. You didn't just write us off just off of the intro of the episode. I personally think we had a very adult conversation about things that we probably all three don't agree on. So, you know, who cares? But yeah, check us out on YouTube, Spotify. Give us 5-star rating for video, like on the video for YouTube. You can also catch us on Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. We're probably there. Before Adam asks, "Who am I?" I am Jay Phrygian. Over here is
A wall.
Over here is.
Oh, the official Megs.
Thank you, you loser. And then.
And I'm King Von Schweetz.
This has been the Daily Kazoo.
And guess what?
What?
That's right. Love you 3000. Love you. 3000.
None of us heard that.
Love you 3000, everybody. Bye.
Bye.